So let's talk about the rules. And I've said this before. Rules only apply to guys that women are not into. Or maybe she just not attracted to the dude no more. Maybe she just don't like the dude no more. Let me tell you something, man. There's a lot of people within the mainstream media. They talk this talk about, hey, you gotta follow the rules, and everybody jumps in. Everyone goes along with it. Women jump up on it. And they go along with it because they benefit from it. You have to understand that. And a lot of guys, they drink the Kool-Aid too because they butt kisses, right? But if you got your shit together, if you're a real mover and shake out here, if you're a boss out here, or if you on the way up, you ain't gotta be a boss. You can be on the way up. You can be about your business. You might have a plan. Yo! Back at you with another episode. Like, share the video, and we're gonna talk about prime time. Prime time. Yeah. We're gonna talk about prime time. Prime time. We're gonna talk about Coach Prime. This seems to be like a big story, big topic within the mainstream media. For whatever reason, I think it's a little ridiculous, to be honest. In my opinion. They act like Prime somebody something. Like he was supposed to do. He was supposed to stay at Jackson State. That's the crazy thing. I went to a HBCU. I went to an HBCU college when I was growing up. Yep. I went to HBCU when I was growing up. I didn't graduate from there, but I went there. Not only did I went to HBCU college, I've been to a gang of colleges, just like visiting, spending time on different campuses. I met people from different HBCUs. I met staff members that work at HBCUs from South Carolina State to what's that other to the North Carolina A&T to and a lot of small colleges. I can't. What's crazy? I can't remember the damn name of a lot of these damn colleges. But I've been around. I've been to, and plus I've been to the big universities, just hanging out. I met people that went to colleges like Francis Marion University, which is mostly a white college in Florence, South Carolina. One of my good friends used to go there. I almost went to USC in Columbia, South Carolina. I almost went there, but I ended up, I used to hang out and go to parties on the USC campus and outside of the campus as well. So I can talk about both HBCUs and I can talk about the big university, the big white universities as well. So I'm gonna give my experience, and what I learned when I started hanging around HBCU colleges in the big universities, white universities, I learned that most of the staff members are basically doing the same thing. A lot of these people are incompetent that work for these universities and colleges. The only difference I've seen is there's more money to go around when it comes to white universities. That doesn't make them better. They just have more money to play with. Because what happens is a lot of alumni donate money like crazy. And a lot of alumni that not only do they donate money, a lot of these alumni, they donate their personal money and the company money that they work with or work for, I should say. That's another thing that a lot of people don't realize. A lot of these big universities, the reason why they're able to get so much money is because these Fortune 500 companies have people that work with these companies and they make it their business to donate money to the university where they graduated from. That's what a lot of people don't understand. That's where, because people always ask, well, HBCU colleges and small colleges, they ain't got no money. And they say, well, they got to depend on the government. And well, that's just one stream of income. You have the alumni money and the big companies giving money. That's another income. And sometimes the money that the alumni give and the big companies give is sometimes more money than what the government gives. So it's not like all of these people are incompetent on these. I would say the majority, just based on my experience. I didn't go to no Ivy League college. I never hung out on the Ivy League campus. So I can't speak for that. But I'm talking like any university that I've spent some time around, I didn't really see, the only big difference was there was more money circulating on the campus. Now, at the black colleges, let me tell you what happens. You got a bunch of boule dudes and women as well that are basically, everybody's laying up with each other, or at least trying to lay up with each other. And they're not really focused on the money. It's not saying that they can't get the money. Because look, these big companies like McDonald's, Pepsi, what's another one? A lot of these Red Bull, man, they throwing money. They throwing money at colleges. They throwing money at anybody because they don't care. It's a tax write-off for them. So it's not like the black colleges can't get the money. In most cases, they're not focused on getting the money. They're focused on basically having a good time and people trying to lay up with each other and shit like that. So that's what happens. Now, I'm not saying they don't do that at the white colleges. They do. But they focus on the money first. The money comes first, then the women. That's usually what happens. That's usually how all these colleges are basically, they're doing the same damn thing, unless you go to a private school. But if it's a public college, it's the same shit that's going on. It's all about having a good time and partying and bullshitting around, really, for the most part. If most parents knew what was happening on these campuses, they would not pay the tuition for their sons and daughters. Like, for real, for real. If most parents knew what their sons and daughters was really doing on these campuses, they would not pay the damn tuition. Because ain't nobody really learning shit like that. You know, people go there, meet their husband or their wife, and that's okay. That's cool in the game. But there ain't too much education going on. I tell you that goddamn much. And another thing I learned, the kids that go to the big universities, they weren't smarter than me. Not at all. They just come from a bigger program than me. And the university where they attend, they have more clout in the community, in the neighborhood, in the city, or in the town, wherever their college is at. But they're not better than me. And the university, these big universities, it's kind of like a monopoly they got going on. The big companies and the universities kind of work hand in hand. It's kind of like if the big corporations keep giving these schools money, it's like a partnership. It goes back and forth. They reciprocate amongst each other. And that relationship could last for a long time. Could last 10, 20, 30 years. As long as that company is still around. You know? Now, some people will say, well, Prime, he didn't really, it was all about him. Some people say that. But it's all about the money for him. Well, here's the thing. It might not start off all about the money, but it's going to be about the money in the end. And, you know, we got this thing when it comes to black men making money. We got this thing where black men are supposed to accept less money. You know, a lot of people got this weird psychology when it comes to that shit. It's like when we start making some decent money, or at least have the opportunity to make some decent money, a lot of people feel a certain type of way about that shit. Even other groups of people feel a certain type of way about that, you know? But based on what I've heard, Prime donated half of his paycheck. So obviously, and this has been going on for what, 2 years? Well, over 2 years now. So obviously, you know, he didn't really need the paycheck that bad if he's donating half of his paycheck. And I heard he's making what, 300,000? Now, 300,000 is not a lot of money for somebody like Prime that's made millions of dollars. And see, you got to take care of your peoples. You got to make sure your people is good. Now, how much money has Prime made for Jackson State? So nobody's talking about that. You know, if I had to guess, he probably made them millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Because Jackson State wasn't popping like that. Nobody ever talked about Jackson State until Prime went there. He put them on the map. You know, he made them prime time. He made them a household name. And if that is the case, how come now, since he done made this college, Jackson State, millions of dollars, how come, I don't know, maybe the president or whoever's in charge of funds over there at that college, how come they can't give Prime a bonus? How come he can't get a piece of the action? Because he's getting what? Word on the street says he's getting $5 million at the University of Colorado. That's how much he's going to be getting paid. So how come Jackson State whoever's in charge of funds over there, how come they can't give Prime $5 million? They already generated Prime single-handedly made them tenfold, millions of dollars. I mean, they're building new buildings, they're remodeling on the campus, and all kinds of shit. I saw pictures of what Jackson State looked like before Prime got there, or when he arrived there, I should say. They took before and after pictures. Plus, they went through all the dirty water in Mississippi, and plus, check this out. He done got robbed a couple times. Somebody broke in his car. I think they stole a radio, and I think another time he got robbed. Somebody stole his jewelry. I think it was a watch and some other shit. They stole his watch and the jewelry while he was in the building during the game. And I remember he did a video talking about the shit. See, that's the type of shit that kind of leaves that'll kind of rub people the wrong way. It's kind of like, well, I'm over here, I'm trying to put take this college to the next level. I'm bringing sponsors in. Nobody brought no sponsor in except for Prime. I'm bringing sponsors in. Plus, I got to coach the team. And now y'all robbing me, breaking in my car, stealing my jewelry. Come on, man. And now, got to deal with this water crisis bullshit. Bro, that's too much, man. And I'm giving up half of my salary. And now you robbing me at the same time? Come on, man. That will leave a bad taste in some people's mouth. And that's that. And nobody knows who stole the jewelry or breaking his car. Come on, man. Somebody know who did it. But nobody's saying nothing. That's the type. And it's always, and this is one reason why a lot of people that quote, quote, come up or came up don't like going back where they came from, or don't like going back to the neighborhood or whatever, is because even when you're trying to do the right thing, there's always some low-class jackass that's going to try to rob you or ambush you. And the problem is these people don't get checked. Somebody knows who robbed you, or at least broke in your car, tried to rob you on such and such day and time or whatever, but nobody's saying anything. And this is why a lot of people, once they become successful, they don't go back because of that reason. And I know some people that's like that. I know some people that left their city and they ain't never went back because of that reason. Because of you always got some dusty dude that's wants to attack the dude that's trying to do the right thing, that's trying to give back, that's trying to look out for the kids. And when that dude don't get checked, people be like, shit, I'm not gonna let that happen to me when I come up. You know what I'm saying? So that's where a lot of that shit comes from. And Prime, He's a good dude. He's a nice man. You know, he's a nice man. No, most coaches I know wouldn't have went to no HBCU to coach. They'd have went to Colorado. They'd have went to a big university off top. Some people will say, "Oh, he used Jackson State as a stepping stone." Do you really believe that? You sound like anybody that says that, you sound like an idiot. Jackson State ain't no stepping stone. No. Jackson State was in bad shape before Prime got there. Like most HBCUs in bad shape. A lot of HBCUs shut down during the pandemic and never opened back up. A lot of people don't know that. The college I went to, South Carolina State, they shut down for like a year. I think a year or two, and they opened back up. Yeah. A lot of these schools are mismanaged. You know, they be embezzling the money and all kind of shit be going on. All kind of fuck shit be going on at these colleges. All of them. Doesn't matter if this is just across the board. But the difference is there's more money to go around at the big universities. So even though a lot of the big universities, you have a lot of people doing fuck shit, they can get away with it because there's so much money flowing around. And ain't nobody, some people are not really paying attention like that. And they're not going to miss the money because there's so much money. But at the HBCUs, they ain't really got a lot of money flowing around like that. The majority of these colleges. This is why if any money is not accountable for, it's easy to catch because there wasn't enough money and it wasn't a lot of money coming in there in the first place. You know? That's how it is, man. So, is Prime a sellout? Nah, I don't think so. I think he do what he wanted to do. You know? Now, obviously, he didn't go down to Jackson State for the money because he was making more money with I think he was with the NFL Network. I guess he was kind of like an analyst, reporter. He was making more money doing that shit. He was making millions doing that. So he took a pay cut to go to Jackson State. So you know he ain't do it for the money. And $300,000 to somebody like him, that's not a lot of money. You don't get motivated for $300,000, especially if you're giving half of your salary away. You know, and plus a lot of times, maybe he wasn't feeling like he was being appreciated there. Maybe he feels, because a lot of times you got to think about it like this. You know, Prime come through with the charm, charisma, the swag. He got that winning spirit. He's a champion. He come in there with that winning spirit. That energy is hypnotic. That energy it rubs off on the players, but it don't necessarily rub off on the staff. Not all of them anyway. So sometimes some people have a losing personality. Some people have been losing damn near all their life. They got that losing spirit. And those people with that losing spirit might not feel like they have to represent. I'm like, yo, you got to represent, player. But represent for what? See, it's that type of shit. You know, I don't like being around people that think like that, that talk like that. If I'm doing my part and some, and you're the damn president, and I'm looking at you like you slacking, you ain't got shit in order, you disorganized, I gotta be the coach and the director, I gotta, come on, man. Nah. But if I go to this other school, getting paid $5 million, all I gotta do is coach. I don't gotta be no fucking road manager. I don't gotta get the hotels. I don't gotta I don't gotta be daddy on the road. All I gotta do is coach. I don't gotta make phone calls. All I gotta do is coach. You know what I'm saying? It's less headache, less work, and I don't even gotta give my fucking paycheck away. And then maybe I can feel like I'm being appreciated for a change. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. When you're giving your personal money like that, it ain't but so long you can keep doing that shit. He got bills too. We all have bills. Ain't but so long you can keep doing that shit. Especially if you don't see things getting better. Because it ain't but so much one person can do. And if you keep giving and giving and giving, the well's gonna dry up after a while. I don't give a damn who you are. The well's gonna dry up after a while. And you're gonna get tired. You're gonna feel disrespected, not appreciated. And you're gonna be like, man, the hell this bullshit. You know, I just made y'all millions of dollars. I made y'all more than $5 million in 2 years. And you didn't even bother to give me a bonus? Come on, man. I can't get a piece of the pie? Come on, man. Now you mad because I took an offer at another university? I only took $5 million. You could have gave me that $5 million as a bonus. But you didn't want to do it. Now you're mad. You know? And that's how that shit is. You know? That's how the shit is. It just happens that way sometimes. And I always say, I don't own nobody's shit. And Prime, you don't own nobody's shit either. They don't own nobody's shit. My man was one of the best at what he was doing while he was playing football. In baseball. He's one of the best that's ever done it. He put in the work just like everybody else put in the work to be great. So he don't own nobody's shit. They might owe him, but he don't owe nobody shit, you know? And I've had people that acting like I owe them something. I say, hey man, I owe you shit, bro. I owe you shit, bitch. You act like I owe you some money. I don't owe you no fucking money. You ain't done shit. All you did is sit on the sideline like a fan, jumping up and down. You showed up once I had the shit popping. You was supposed to show up before I had the shit popping. You supposed to show up in the beginning. Don't wait until the shit is popping off. You'd be like, hey, wait for me. What? So you think you're gonna benefit from my hard work, my equity, sweat equity, my staying up late at night? You think you're gonna benefit from this? Hell no. You can stay around if you like, but you ain't getting shit. You're not getting anything. I don't give a damn if I die. You ain't getting shit. No. Like for real. Don't fall for that bullshit that a lot of women do. A lot of people do, just men and women do. They'll, in the beginning, they don't see the vision. So they'll be like, nah, I ain't fucking with that. I'm good, cuzzo. Or I'm good, bro. Or your new girl you just met or whatever, Or you couldn't have been knowing her for a while. But she just ain't feeling what you got going on. She just ain't really feeling you like that. That's what it really boils down to, And sometimes it could be some jealousy involved as well, But they ain't really feeling like that. But when they see you on the way up, but hey, wait a minute. Don't forget about me. Hey, wait a minute. Get your ass up out of here. No, Nope. You can't have a seat. You don't get a seat in the front. You don't get a front. You don't get to sit in the front seat. No, you get to sit in the back seat. That's it. You might get lucky if you get a seat in the car at all. If you know what I mean. But hey, I want to hear what you think. I want to hear what you think, about the whole situation. I'm gonna put the link in here. Join the conversation. What up, Mike? Yeah, I want to hear what anybody. I'm interested to hear what anybody has to say. Yeah, share the video. And hey, don't forget to check out my Love Can't Wait podcast, man. I just uploaded I'm gonna upload a new episode tomorrow. And don't forget to check out the Patreon as well. But yeah, man, it's like it's all, and I noticed when it comes to a lot of black athletes, especially the great ones, as long as you're playing for, as long as what you do benefits the owners of these football teams, that's great, But when you start to look out for yourself, become your own businessman. Um, Maybe start a brand, a clothing brand, or um, start businesses. That's when things um, they usually start. That's when you start getting some pushback. See, it's okay if Tom Brady starts a brand or starts a company or starts multiple businesses or whatever. There's no problem with that. Now, have you noticed that I'm gonna use Tom Brady as an example. Have you noticed that they literally help promote the Brady brand? These commentators, these networks literally help promote the Brady brand because they keep talking about it all the time. Right? Now, how many players do you know that they do that for? And you know that these other football players are doing the same thing Tom Brady's doing with his clothing line, and I think he got a gym in Vegas, and he got the T12 method. You know, there's other athletes doing the same thing that have done the same thing before Tom Brady. He ain't the first one to do the shit. But the difference is they don't promote the shit. And why do you think that is? There's other athletes with nonprofits, hundreds of them have nonprofits. They give back all the time, but they never talk about it on these networks. It's like what they do off field is invisible. I find that to be very interesting. And the only time they will promote a nonprofit that an athlete started along with somebody else, the only time they will do it has to be some type of campaign where you're giving back to some organization that's connected to the NFL in some type of way. And I otherwise they'll never talk about it. They'll act like he's just a football player. That's all. I find that to be very interesting. There's more politics in football, NFL football, than ever. Ever. And I've been watching football since the 80s. And of course I don't watch it as much as I used to. For that reason. And I didn't like what they did to Kaepernick. I didn't like that he got blackballed like that. That kind of made me fall out with the NFL. Like for real, for real. Yeah, but hey, man, it's hard on these streets out here. It's doggy dog out here, man. But that's what I think about prime time. Prime time. Yeah, I didn't have plans to stay on here long, man. I just wanted to say what I want to say and get up off here. You know. So hey, share this episode. Don't forget to check out The Patreon, join the brotherhood, man. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Join the brotherhood, man. You know what I'm saying? Until next time, I'm out. Peace.